I want you kings and queens to understand, just because you got blood relatives doesn't mean that they're a family. For it tells us in the King James book that Yahusha told a stranger, who is my family, but the ones that is in the truth of keeping the commandments, the rules and regulations of the Most High, for they are my family. And I want you kings and queens to analyze the fact it's a spiritual battle, and that battle is between good and evil. And I want you kings and queens to understand that it's the ones that have the seal of Yahuwah and who have the seal of Satan. For those who are in religion, Satan is your God. And you guys gotta realize the fact that Satan deceived the whole world. The spiritual battle is within, and you kings and queens gotta analyze the fact. By you claiming to be a Christian and an Islamic person, you are claiming the false religions and the false doctrines of this world. For Satan is giving you another way to not go by the commandments of the Most High. And you guys gotta realize that he is the author of confusion. And that is the reason why we have so many religions to this day. For you will have to choose which religion is the right one. The seal of Yahuwah is within. The seal of Satan is within. And that is the reason why we got different religions of this world. And that's because Satan is the author of confusion. He wants you to try to pick which religion is the right one, when the whole time you are bypassing the fact that you are the true characters of the biblical book. You are the true roots of the biblical Bible. And it starts with you by knowing self, by knowing that you are a Hebrew Israelite, a child of the Most High. They've been trying to keep that a secret for so long by giving you bywords like black person and African American, by giving you the title as a slave, when we are the true gods and goddesses of this earth. We are the ones who civilized the Edomites, and eventually they was allowed to take over us as a people. For it was a punishment for us not keeping the commandments of the Most High. For they was the lowest on the earth, and the Heavenly Father made them the highest and put us at the bottom. And you guys gotta realize that going through that curse, it was over 400 years. It is a punishment that was given to us by the Most High. And you guys gotta remember the fact that we went under this punishment because we didn't want to keep the rules and regulations to keep us divine as a people. We gotta go back to that source of keeping us divine. We gotta go back to that source of having that covenant with the Most High. And you guys got to understand that we are still stiff-necked as a people to this day by going by the ways of the Edomites, their customs and ways of life, by going by their religions and not trying to snap out of that delusion of what was passed down to you through the generations, that generational curse of you worshiping a white man, blue-eyed, long-hair Christ that you think is your God. And I want you guys to remember that it tells us in the King James book that in the last days, the Heavenly Father will start waking our brothers and sisters up. He will start waking us up to the light of the commandments that we supposed to keep us divine as a people. I want you guys to analyze the fact that he also written in the King James book that he will send a strong delusion to the ones that don't want to hear the truth, that don't want to hear the righteous people of the Most High. You guys got to understand that there is prophets in the last days, and the Heavenly Father is using these people like a vessel to enlighten brothers and sisters to keep the commandments of the Most High. And I want you kings and queens to understand it's not about blood relatives anymore. It's about good and evil. It's about the righteous ways that you're trying to keep here on earth. And we must pray for the kingdom to come, for we are going through trials and tribulations here on earth. And I want you brothers and sisters to analyze the fact that the seal of Yahuwah is already upon the chosen. There is 144,000 brothers and sisters that is enlightened with the light of the Most High. And we are here to enlighten our brothers and sisters of keeping the commandments, the rules and regulations of Yahuwah Elohim. And you guys gotta realize, if we don't keep these commandments, we will continue to go through a physical hell. For it is written that it is divine timing for the kingdom to come. And we are here to lay down the blueprint for the kingdom to be down here on earth. For it is in heaven, so shall it be here on earth. And it was promised to us that we will live in new bodies, in New Jerusalem, as new people. And you guys got to understand that it has been a long time coming by going through the things that we had to go through, by having lack in life and going through poverty. You guys got to realize that we was meant to go through these punishments because it was meant for us to learn from our mistakes. For they are opponents that goes against the light. They are in darkness and they go by the manipulation ways and the narcissistic ways of Satan. And you guys got to analyze the fact that everybody don't want to see you happy. Everybody is not rooting for you in your relationship. They is not rooting for you in your life. Some of these people is preying on your downfall.